Okay, call a meeting to order on September 4th at 1:14 PM of the Borders to Boston Trail Committee. All members present. I'm David Broll.
Sean McElroy.
Sid Rashke.
Jim Dooley.
Kristen Grubbs, Planning Director.
Sadie Woodward, Assistant Planner.
And John Regan will join us probably in minutes. So I guess we're going over the final selection or selections of the choices. So I stuck with my original two. I don't know how you guys felt. So
I stuck with.
So, yeah.
Yep. Oh, go ahead, Kristen.
Well, I was just like a quick comment and then each of you, please, but just thank you for those of you who sent in, revised scores or stuck with the same. That's good. And I also voted as we talked about at the last meeting. So I think Sadie has, I voted very recently, so Sadie may still be doing the average.
I just finished tallying it up, so I have the final scores. If I can share the spreadsheet if you guys want.
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is. So that's what I have so far. And Jim, I don't think I received new scores from you, but I added your.
Oh, okay. I had sent them attached to that email as like a screenshot.
Let me quickly see if I can locate that.
Okay. All right. That was just the email to you. I thought they were there.
Do you remember when about you sent that?
Hang on.
I have the minutes.
Yeah, on Monday the 1st at 3:36. They were just like an image because I kind of didn't want to.
The only email I have from you on Monday is the minutes. If you want to just resend them quickly now, I can add them in.
Okay, I will. I wonder if I went to your old address. Hold on. Oh, yes, it cached an old address. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yep, it put the, yep. Okay, hold on.
Sadie,
Yes?
could you email me a copy of this? Because I can't really read it.
Yeah, I can't either.
Oh,
my
yeah. Oh,
We
sorry.
can-
Okay.
We can zoom in.
yeah, I was
with
able to
as
zoom.
well, but yeah.
I could do it with my fingers on the iPhone, but yeah.
I tried to. Oh,
Like this?
okay. Yeah. I can read that.
Okay. It's only part of the screen, keep in mind, but yeah.
I mean, I can tell you that mine were the same top three that are here, although I had Stantec and Bowman. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I had the same three as the top. That
Can
you're
you just,
showing.
Sadie, can you scroll over? Are those the top three? Because they're not in
Oh, they're not. I'm sorry.
numerical order.
I thought
right?
they were.
They might be. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
right.
Oh, 10. Yes, so they are.
Yeah.
They are.
And yep, and that aligns even with my fourth.
So Kittleston, Bowman, Stantec, VHB, those were all the same score as before, right? For you?
I'm sorry. The first three were my top three, and then Pear and Pear and GPI actually were also my next two after the top three that you have there. So I'm matching exactly the order that's here. Does that
Okay,
make sense?
yeah, as long as it's, I suppose as long as it's the same order, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to not, we don't have to do it now because it is the same, but Sadie, if you, at a later date, let's put Jim's actual votes in and redo the average and just like have it all calculated in a consistent way.
Yeah,
But,
okay,
And
Yeah,
VA, it's the same for them. All of them are the same order. So that
Yep.
works good. Okay.
cool.
So I think what I'm thinking today, and to like, just try to keep us focused and efficient today. We have scores, we have some top scores, we have some comments. So I wanted to sort of have a chance to, if anyone wants to comment in person and discuss any of the new, more subjective notes and comments. If we talked quite a bit about things last week, but if there was anything new anyone wanted to add it. And then I sort of have a proposal on how we move forward. But I thought it'd be good to kind of have any more open discussion first. If that makes sense for people. So I guess the question is, in thinking about this again, since the last meeting, are there any new inputs that anyone wants to share?
You mean aside from the notes?
Well, to state in person to each other what you might have put in a note. Because I think we're all seeing the notes for the first time right now.
Okay, because that's kind of what I was gonna say. I haven't read anyone's notes, so I don't, I don't know what. Yeah, my only thing about Kittleson, from my notes, let's see if I can take it up.
Do you want to
I'm
zoom
not
in a
sure.
little, Sadie? Sorry.
Yes, I can.
Why don't we just go through each one?
Okay,
Kittleson was well, I had 4 people tied at the top. Kittleson was one of them. I had a difficult time finding specific projects that they had completed within the last 5 years. But I kind of overlooked that because they did do the previous feasibility study and they are pretty well versed in the Mass DOT PDDG process because they're designing it, of course. They also have the Safe Streets initiative. We were just talking about that. I think it's called Safe Streets. Complete Streets, sorry. Which is really nice. It's something we might want to consider looking into because they do trainings on this stuff. I don't know. So I like that aspect of it, but it seemed the downside of it is it, as great as all that consulting stuff is, it's not really, it doesn't really align with what we're trying to do, which is get the RFQ done. Of course, they've already done one. So I guess I'd be very happy to see Kittleson get this. Let's put it that way. But those were the comments I had on them. Stantec was one of my other ones. Let's see. Another company that has a lot of good experience. They designed the Newbury South Rail Trail. That's being worked on now, so that's great. They did a lot of other stuff in the area as well. Salisbury, the northern, the Newburyport Rail Trail Part 2, which actually is partly in Newbury. So I really like that aspect of it. Stantec, GPI, they had an interesting design that I think, I don't know, was it you, Kristen, who mentioned that last time? Because I had overlooked it before. It's called Occupy the Edge for Martin Burns.
Yeah.
which looks like it could work to get closer to Martin Burns, but not be too much of a. In other words, we would gain some of the benefit of going directly from Byfield to the MBTA station, while also kind of circumventing the issues with wildlife and hunters. I really like that. And having said that, though, there's no reason why whoever we pick, if it's them, great. If it's not, that's fine too. Whoever we pick can certainly provide that as an option. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing. So that was number 3, and then 4, that was GPI. What else do I got? Oh, that was BHB. And the thing I liked about them was, they had a really nice public engagement plan. So I kind of like that. We're a little light on experience as well, and they're not from this area. So those were my 4. I'll leave it there.
Thank you. I appreciate all the time you've spent reviewing everything, Sean. And it was that occupy the edge that I thought was interesting. It's just, something I haven't ever heard from anyone before, which is kind of what the feasibility study is really, helping the community really think about options, and that process feels like an important component of this. And it is, just to, I think, again, that to me is why this Newbury North project feels quite different than Newbury South, right? It's like, there were some questions with Newbury South. I wasn't around for most of it, but there wasn't, it wasn't hard to see the route it should go.
Right.
Yeah, so I appreciate that you sort of noted that thinking about those questions is an important part of selecting the right applicant here.
Can I just kind of describe it in case people don't know? But basically,
Sure.
it's from Byfield Center following the rail trail up to the 95 corridor, following 95 right away north or northeast. Well, anyways, up towards Scotland Road, but I think it's before it gets to Scotland Road. Yeah, it connects somehow. It must be right at Scotland Road, though. I don't know how it would get across 95, but the trail would go across that and then parallel Scotland Road on that side of Martin Burns. Okay.
Yeah, that would be the most ideal, I think.
Yeah, okay. And then joins up at the utility corridor again off of Parker Street, not Parker, Highfields, and then into the MBTA station. The other thing about that is something that occurred to me also is there may be more cover over there in terms of trees and plantings and stuff like that. So it might actually be a more scenic and comfortable ride, so to speak, especially in the heat of summer. Okay, I'll stop talking.
No, it's perfect. Perfect.
Martin Burns is before you get to Scotland Road. You'd have to cross at Scotland Road and go back south.
Yep. Yep.
It's almost a mile, in fact, to get back there. The other option is if we could get across the field and cut over on Highland Street, you could pick up that last piece of that gets to the parking lot.
So
Yeah,
the
but
field along Highland on the On the train station side of Highland, John?
Yes,
So-
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
I mean,
big-
it's like I said, it's Field of Dreams. You wind up right in the parking lot and the
Right,
commuter
exactly.
rail's
What
right there.
the Little River's right there, right? Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's only one small bridge. It's interesting. It
Right.
would be-
Yep. Yeah, no, I didn't mean it as an obstacle. I meant just that that whole, I drive by that open field all the time and
Right.
you never know it's there if you really didn't, if you're not
I
that
think
you
it-
wouldn't
it-
know it's there, but it's like, you're on a curvy road, right? And
If anything, that's
Yep.
that's probably the only place where there's private property too. I mean, that Highland Street is,
Yep.
I'm not sure what you could do there.
yeah, I mean, that to me seems like a really tricky interchange
Yeah.
if you're going from Scotland Road to picking up the rail, the power
Right.
grid on Highland, by the Beagle Club.
Where is Highland?
Highlands, just after Colby Farm, going towards Newburyport, it's on the right. Just as you
Right.
go by Colby Farm, you start to, there's a big.
Is it
street
near
there.
Highfield?
Oh, maybe
It's
I might be
Highfield.
calling it.
It's
It's the
Highfield.
same road.
Oh,
Is it
Highfield,
Highfield?
okay.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. I should know. I live kind of right around the corner, but yeah.
I only drive by it 100 times a week,
Yeah.
but I thought it was Highland. Sorry.
I've ridden my bike. I used to ride my bike on Highfield, but I don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Too many
curve.
fast trucks.
it's narrow. That whole area is that way.
I like the idea though of this, like, but just to reiterate about the vendors and having creative, really pressing on maybe some creative options that.
I don't think I said anything last week. Did anyone notice that there was something about, in fact, Kristen, you probably know. They were talking about, Newburyport's talking about putting a wide sidewalk on Hale Street.
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
I miss what? I do know about it. I think we mentioned it in the RFQ as
Oh,
like one
yeah.
of the, like an effort that's underway regionally in terms of connections.
One of the vendors actually mentioned it was the first I'd ever heard of it. And then I kind of went down the rabbit hole and it sure looked like the real deal. And that would put
Yeah.
us on Low Street, which I don't think I'd ride. I think I wouldn't mind riding my bike on Low Street to get to the train station.
I've had conversations I've been watching that for the exact reasons we're talking about,
Yeah.
just that we can't do everything. So if
Right.
there's ways to really capitalize on things, but there are a lot of questions about where Hale Street's going from my understanding.
Yeah.
So, but it's.
Well,
it's
actually looked like it
important.
was a political football, like people running for the ward seat,
Yeah,
debating back and forth whether it's required or not or needed or not. I think they're trying to get, the parents are trying to get a sidewalk for the kids to get to the school. So,
yeah, and there's wetlands permitting issues and do you want a sidewalk or do you want a multimodal trail?
Right.
There's a lot of complications, which we'll have too, so. Okay, were there any other new sort of in the category of notes and comments that anyone wanted to share?
The only thing I would, and I apologize if this was said before, but with Kittleson having done the feasibility in 2021 or two, did we was there, since they are the highest ranked of the list here, was anyone interacting with them extensively where we already have a good sense? This may have been mentioned before, but I don't recall it where, I've read that feasibility report or glanced through it, but in terms of just actually working with them, the project management, any kind of stakeholder outreach and so on, I just wondered if there was.
Yeah, my understanding of how that went was it was primarily a behind the scenes exercise with one point person at Mass DOT and one point person in the town
Okay.
and the staff at Kittleson. So I think from talking with Martha and Michael Trepanier, who are the people on that project with Kittleson, it was a small scale, you know,
Yep.
it was like $15,000 kind of feasibility review. And to the extent, you know, it accomplished opening the door on some of the questions and conversations, I think everyone thought it went very well. There was no public outreach, no sort of next steps. It kind of was completed and then has been sitting, waiting to be incorporated into next steps. So, so anyway, to the extent people spoke and speak highly of Kittleson Partners, I don't actually know, and that's sort of in the category of doing a little more reference checking. I don't know if the staff from Kittleson who spent time on that project, I know they're still at Kittleson. I don't know actually if Kittleson, this proposal is proposing to have the same people work on that or a different set of, you know, staff members. But I also know from MVPC that they have done some work with Kittleson staff and just are very complimentary.
Okay.
If that is kind of what you were asking.
It is. It is. Thank you.
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this, and Sadie and I have talked, been reviewing the RFQ, and this is kind of where I would sort of recommend we go with, and we can talk about if this makes sense, but I have confirmed that we'd like to give the select board an update on the 9th, which is their meeting on Tuesday. My suggestion, like I think it makes sense that we have a full update, like just the RFQ process and the reminder of where this funding's coming from. And I've been seeking an update on the Newbury South segment from Stantec. So, you know, we can incorporate information I get on that. Related to the selection process, Tracy has advised that generally the select board isn't actually, doesn't need to be involved in the contracting. So her suggestion that we talked about today was if the committee asks the select board to take a vote that authorizes Tracy to work with me and the committee on the final selection. What that would do if we got that vote on Tuesday would be to give Sadie and me a little more time for reference checking, because I feel very comfortable with where these scores are. And I think all of the comments you're all bringing in, I had hoped to reach more people in the last week. We talked about this last meeting. I've had a conversation with MVPC staff, but I haven't reached the folks from Mass DOT yet who've worked on a lot of these projects with a lot of these people. Some of them were named specifically as references. I haven't talked with any of them yet, so a little bit more time to do that reference checking, I think would be a good, it would be good to not make a selection today, but to have a chance to just do a little more reference checking. That's my opinion. So if we could maybe, if the committee would like to sort of present the finalists to the select board, and then again, authorize, get the select board to be comfortable with Tracy as a chief procurement officer, working to finalize the offer, the contract offer. Does that sort of make sense? And what questions does anyone have?
I like the sound of it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep, agreed.
Same here.
So I think that the RFQ actually says the committee will select at least 3 finalists and rank them in qualifications and give this list, send it up to the select board. So considering our numbers here, do we have the top 3, and does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
make a
think-
motion, make a motion to take the top 3 and call them finalists.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 So Kittleson, Bowman, and Stantec.
Yeah, I think getting the contacting people for references is such a good idea, because you never know when a company has had a regime change in the last few weeks, like sometimes tight teams within these companies will branch out on their own. So the creative and the real talent of a company can be gone by the time you
Yep.
know you get around here. So that's a really good idea.
That was similar to a sort of general comment that the transportation program manager at MVPC said to me yesterday, which was, I've worked with them on this project, it went really well, but I don't know if that person is still on the team. And I do think that's part of the yeah, an important part of this, project. I think in terms of, if some of you, I'm sure some of you have this expertise, but there's sort of like someone in charge, or, a lead. That person often isn't like super directly involved, right? It's really like the project manager and all the technical team. And again, I may be biased on this, but I feel like technically any of these firms are going to be outstanding. I have no question that we're going to have someone who can do good survey work and wetlands like resource, review, and has expertise in permitting and just hardcore engineering technical expertise. Then to me, the outreach piece, and I've said this before, but I do think the project manager, and in this case, for the phase we are now, the project manager and the outreach person are kind of where I feel like honing in on in terms of references.
The one thing I sort of saw looking through these is there's a fair amount of cross-pollination, actually. There's at least one instance where one of the guys making the proposal was actually a contractor for another one of these guys on a different project. The surveyors and the subcontractors, I see them coming up in these other designs as well. So, and they all look great. I agree. I mean, we can't have 7 though. That's all.
Right. Right.
So the next step,
Um,
is, we have to present to the select board. Is that what you're saying? To select the top 3 to the select board, or that's what we're thinking?
Yeah, I think including that in a sort of overall update of the committee work. We've met several times. It's a great group, and I don't, Dave and John, we can, as co-chairs, well, all of you, but if you want me to do an update, I could. If we want to like have a couple slides, we could. I'm open to what it is, but I certainly think there's no expectation on Tracy or the select board's end that it's more than just like a verbal update. Where are you guys? And then again, I think it would be appropriate because of the way the RFQ was written. And again, Tracy said it didn't have to be in there, so I feel like it's something town council put in there that we could have possibly not have. So, you know, lesson learned, but the way the RFQ was written was that the select board makes the selection. So I think it would be appropriate to ask them to, you know, document that they're comfortable with Tracy, Chief Procurement Officer, making the final selection after references have been checked.
Yep.
So I can, you know, I can sort of draft what that vote would look like with Tracy, and she's comfortable with that.
What's the date on that? It's the next Tuesday?
It is, yep, the 9th.
So you're-
I don't know when our meeting is. I have to figure out what the rec committee meeting is. Do you know, John, when our rec committee meeting is?
I mean, wasn't
thought
there
it was-
a text today or something?
Yeah, I thought it was Tuesday, but I don't know why it would be on the
Oh.
same night as the
Because there was no, we usually go on Mondays, right?
maybe that's it. Maybe it's Monday.
Because there was someone else needed the big room.
Yeah, so maybe it's Monday, so it'd be Monday and Tuesday.
There's
Yeah.
a text thread this morning. Wait a second.
I'm looking at the calendar on the website. The rec committee's Monday at 6:30.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks to the non-committee member for knowing when the committee's gonna get.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's fine. I just happen to have that page open.
I don't see an agenda yet, but. Got your
For us?
agenda? Well, oh no, I found it.
Okay, good. I was like,
Sometimes agendas are linked to the calendar event. You can go to the calendar event and then get to the
Yeah.
agenda, and sometimes they're not. So
Yeah.
it's there. You got it.
Okay,
You're in.
Yeah.
No worries. You got it. In.
yeah, we lost
So,
a room.
yeah.
Now we get a room. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
we-
that's that's a lot to have more than one meeting at night in a week. So we can talk about how you want to handle Tuesday night. But it'd be great if any of you are available.
As far as I can tell, I'm available for Tuesday. I'd be happy to go with you.
Yeah. And if you, I don't know if anyone else,
I hadn't
I
thought
could-
of it, but guess, let me see.
I may join if I can. I can't commit right now, though.
It doesn't look like I can make it, so.
So we can just draft up a few bullets, and then, you know, Dave and John, if you want to take the lead on that, I'll, you know, answer any questions as needed, but we can just kind of draft up the points we want to put in an update.
What's today? Thursday? Yeah,
today is
sure.
Thursday.
Yeah. I'll scratch some things down, show them to you, Dave, and then we can put them in front of Kristen.
Sounds perfect.
Excellent.
Great.
Right.
So next meeting, oh, did you guys approve the minutes? You did, yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Did we talk about the minutes?
No, we
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah, we didn't do the previous ones, but yeah.
So the other things on the agenda are review and approve minutes from the last meeting, August 26th, and any other project updates, and then next meeting date. I saw a couple just very minor typos to edit in the minutes, which I don't have in front of me, but
Okay.
just- yeah, I thought the minutes were great. Otherwise,
I will, so does the process, like, I submitted them as a draft, I can go back and get those typos and fix them, and then just send it back to you and Sadie? Is that how? or do I need to do it right now? Or by email?
No, we could vote on the minutes under the idea that the typos will be corrected
Okay,
at a later date, I believe.
perfect. That's simplest. Yep.
So I propose we vote on and approve the last minutes of the last meeting. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor? Any discussion? All in favor?
Right?
All right,
in
I'm
favor.
good.
And
All right, so we'll approve it with the typos as written.
Great.
That's
I'll,
fine.
yeah, Jim, I can show you a couple things I saw. You'll probably see them.
okay.
Awesome.
All right, so does that pretty much cover? Oh, we meet next meeting night. Any ideas on that? We're presenting Tuesday night. I don't know how soon we have to get together after that point. But I'm gonna be gone Thursday through the following, probably Wednesday. So I'm not gonna be available those days.
Yeah, I'm going the 17th through somewhere into the next week. I think I can make it to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. I'm not sure I can make it out, so I might be late for that meeting too.
You can call in by satellite.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never tried that, but I would imagine that's gonna hit the next month's bill.
Yep.
Yes. 17 through 26. Yeah, I'll be off the air for a week and a half there. So if we need to meet, then actually
Yeah.
any day. I mean, the state time thing was kind of a scramble today because it's not a home game, so I was trying to get Wi-Fi and yeah.
I think if people are, comfortable, I can just send reports as, over the next few weeks with like, hey, I talked to this person, got input, you know, kind of put the information out, which is fine, open meeting law. I'm just like providing you all with
Yep.
comprehensive updates. And if there's something we need to vote on or discuss, we could, do a quick meeting like this if we need to within a couple days, a few day turnaround for people who are available. Otherwise, maybe we look about a month out, which
Okay.
would be sort of as the town is beginning to contract with a chosen finalist. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That sounds
So
great.
maybe like the 30th, if we go back to Tuesdays, the 30th of September or October 7th.
30th, I'm definitely back.
Yeah, I'll be around the 30th too.
That works for me.
Are we doing Zoom again? Is that the best way everyone finds?
well, let's see. But I guess it depends on what we're doing in the next meeting. It's a
I mean, we
little
could
hard
do-
to read stuff
Yeah,
on
we-
my phone, that's all.
Yeah, we could do we could do it in person, I guess, set up that night. But I'm just worried about you guys who are professionals that have to, that Tuesday night would work for the two of you guys. Sadie and Kristen, yes, no?
Tuesday
That
night,
works for me. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're here till 7 on Tuesdays anyway, and often Tuesdays select board. So I'm often here late. The 30th is not a select board night. So,
So that's okay?
yeah.
30th.
Now-
We don't have
Yeah,
a
that's fine.
open space committee meeting that night, right? Because we're doing the 7th. Oh yeah, we won't have one then. Yeah, I'm good.
So what time is good for everyone if we do an in-person on the 30th?
Well,
On Tuesday.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
Tuesday, yeah.
We don't have to do an in-person meeting. It's just, because I understand, I mean, I'm retired, so, and I live a mile, less than a mile away from the town hall, so I can pretty much go over there anytime, but
No,
if you
I
guys
think,
are
I
okay,
think it's good to meet in person every once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but
So say 6 o'clock?
that would work.
okay,
Is everyone good with 6 o'clock on the 30th?
Sid's good, okay, I was gonna.
Yep.
Just
And
it's in the
that's fine.
calendar.
All right, so we'll plan on, I make a motion, we meet on, September 30th at 6 PM.
Second.
All, any discussion? All in favor?
Right,
Aye,
I,
all right. It's done.
all in favor? Okay,
B2B.
Yes,
B2B.
under an hour. No,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying that specifically for Jim and Sean and Sadie's benefit.
And Dave, because, yeah,
All
I'm,
of you,
I'm on
all
the
of you.
clock right now, so.
Yeah.
All of you.
Oh,
We had
Um,
a very long open space committee meeting this week.
thanks to you,
Oh,
boss.
okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, never mind.
No, all of us can appreciate that. The work's
Awesome.
important and we make the time for it, but it's also good to
Cool.
keep on track, so.
So, I guess we're done, right?
Yeah, move to adjourn.
I second the move. All in favor?
All right,
I.
Aye.
aye.
All right, guys.
good job, everybody.
Thank you,
Yes.
John.
Hey, thank you.